welcome back, ladies and gents. Tonight we've got a very special guest. We've got professional boxer Hannah Baggaley joining us. Thanks for coming on, Hannah.
I'm still laughing at before. Calm down.
No, forget that. Move on now, please. All right,
Hannah,
we're live.
Be sensible now. I know the camera's coming on. It's making me want to laugh more.
Hannah just called Kyle Mr. Potato Head. So yeah, for everyone.
Little bit of resemblance.
Oh,
it's Johnny Wilkinson playing rugby together.
You get the little black bowler hat, Kyle, just stick on your head. So yeah, thanks for coming on, Han. Really appreciate it.
Thanks. Yeah, cheers. Brilliant. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. You
buzzing.
especially, Kyle. You're welcome.
Before we sort of get going into the interview, sort of about you and your career, just got a few questions just to like start us off. So obviously we are predominantly a football podcast. So the first one is, which football team do you support?
I support Blackpool.
Oh, the Tangerine.
Kyle made all that special effort for me, and I was so nasty.
He's got Blackpool background and everything, and
I'm sorry, Kyle.
Spoiled it for him.
Oh no, all the effort. It took me 30 seconds to download that. I know.
I know.
That?
Well, you did more than I could, because I don't even know how to do it.
You got a great wall though. I love that wall. It's been
It's
painted
nice.
lovely.
Very well painted.
Yeah.
Let the brush do the work.
Myself.
The second one is, what is your favourite childhood sporting memory?
Oh God! Now you're asking. Does it like a sensible one?
It can be like personally to you, something you done sporting wise, or it could be like following Blackpool or following like a box or something like that. It can be anything sporting related from your childhood, basically.
So going to my first ever Blackpool match, to be fair, me and my dad, we've always been like pretty close, and we never really got to do stuff like that because I just lived with him. So like obviously a single dad working and stuff. And we went to the Blackpool match, and now it haunts me, but at the time I thought it was dead cool. Me and my dad both matching black and white striped leggings, the matching tops, an orange wig, and my dad had an orange traffic cone on, and we walked round Wembley when we went to the Premierships the whole day. And now there's loads of photos of this online. I have tried to remove them all, but I'm sure they'll resurface at some point to haunt me if I ever do get more well known for the boxing.
Oh, they will come out of the woodwork, I'm sure.
Definitely.
You're lucky I didn't find it for this. Otherwise, that'd have been my background.
I'll try and find it and send it you.
That is awesome.
Terrible.
Your dad sounds like an absolute legend, by the way.
Oh, he is. He is. He's literally my number one fan. He'd be there in a fucking cheerleader skirt if he could. Oh shit! I just swore. Can I swear? I just swore again.
Yeah, of course you can swear.
Yeah.
I
don't think about that. I'm like, fuck! I've just swore. Shit.
It's fine.
All the kids listening, you know.
Sorry about that, guys.
We've got the explicit rating on YouTube and everything. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
We're not live on Channel 4 with Davina.
So which one had OnlyFans out of you lot then? I'm guessing. I reckon it's the gory lad.
It should be if you. Well, I'm not gonna say anymore. But...
He looks like the kind of sleaze. No, I'm joking.
Hey.
Do you have the OnlyFans then?
It's actually he's no longer on the podcast.
Yeah, he did.
He's too much of a princess. He wants to go out partying too much, so he can't commit to it. So he ditched. I'll send you his thing though after, so you can.
Yeah, I was looking forward to giving him a bit of a roast.
I just got it for him.
Yeah.
Is his Twitter OnlyFans still live?
Don't worry, there's enough to go round. Everyone can have a turn soon.
Yeah, it is still live. I don't think he uses it as much, but yeah, it's still up there. I'm glad he don't use it as much. The stuff he used to retweet, and it's coming up on my timeline when I'm scrolling through Twitter at work. I'm like, fuck.
Some big dick dangling in your face.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Minimise. It's terrible.
Funny.
The third one is, who is your favourite boxer of all time?
Oh, that's a really good one. For me, it's got to be Katie Taylor. I don't like being cliche about things, and I do like some of the older male boxers, but personally, on a personal level, I mean, Jane Couch obviously got us on the map, but since then, I really do feel like she has just changed the game for women's boxing.
Elevated
She's just
massively.
unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%.
You watched the film, Katie. I tell everyone this.
The documentary thing.
Yeah, has everyone watched that?
I've seen it.
I've not seen it now.
Please go and watch it after this. It's absolutely fabulous.
It is class. She is unbelievable, and she's a leader as well. So well done, Katie. Some of her fights, like the Delphine Pursoon fights.
Yeah.
Wow. Just. They were such wars.
Pursoon is like a robot. She just never stops punching, does she? She's just like this for the whole 10 rounds.
Animal.
I'm just like, where do you get this energy from? Like, oh my god, she doesn't stop. She's a machine.
She's probably my favourite female boxer, Delphine Pursoon. Purely
I think she's the only one I ever thought that Katie had a questionable fight with.
I think was it the first fight? I think she lost
the first one, and even the second one, I think was still a lot closer than what was on the scorecard.
Yeah. She got a bit of a bad go at it there with the judges, but that's sort of become part and parcel of the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
But,
if you're the home fighter, the away fighter's got to convincingly win, and if you don't convincingly win, unfortunately, it doesn't go your way.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah, well, this probably answers itself. But the next question was, who's your favourite female boxer at the moment? But
Katie Taylor, definitely. Although I do really like Terry Harper. I think her work ethic is absolutely second to none. And I'm really sad for her hurting her refracturing with breaking. But it is what it is, and everything happens for a reason. She wasn't meant to fight, so.
Yeah, it's a shame that I see that a couple of days ago.
But I do quite like her. I think she's got a great work ethic.
Yeah, she's class as well. Brilliant fighter.
I like that. What's her name? Ball? Is it
Effie Ball?
Rachel.
Oh, Rachel Ball. Yeah,
I think I like her as well.
Definitely.
There's some good ones out there, definitely at the moment.
She's a good character as well, Rachel Ball, isn't she?
Yeah. What female fighter are you not keen on?
I don't like Shannon Courtney.
Glad you said it.
Why is this? What's
I don't know. I don't actually know. She's got one on faces that's really annoying. Like,
she always
I think it's more her attitude. Like,
I think she thinks she's better than what she is.
Yeah, definitely. And she calls herself the base assassin, and I don't see where she's got that name from.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm not a fan of her.
That last fight was good though.
With Ebony.
Quality.
Yeah. Immense. I was gutted she lost that. I really wanted her to win. Obviously,
it went too quick for my liking.
What's that?
Over so quick.
Yeah, it's true. The next one. This is a sort of it might be a bit of a difficult one. If you could create the ultimate boxer, taking like parts of other boxers, who would you pick for these following things? So the first one is the persona, like the sort of the character of them, whether that's publicly, like in the media and the trash talk and
Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's gotta be, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant, isn't he?
You big dosser.
You big bum dosser.
Power.
Ruiz. I think Ruiz has got really good power.
Yeah.
I mean, he's lost a lot of weight now. Did you see him get dropped?
He looks shit,
He
didn't
looked
he?
like a different geezer, didn't he?
But before that, when I was watching him prepare for the first Anthony Joshua fight, I thought, fucking hell, this kid, he's fat, but he can bang. And he was fast.
Yeah.
He's a beast. He looks like the kid from Up, though, doesn't he? Russell.
I've never seen the film, but I've seen the kid. I know what you're talking about.
Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
Just needs loads of balloons, doesn't he? And that'd be him.
if he'd done that as an entrance, mate,
Oh, mate, yeah.
stop it. Like, it's just killed the game.
Fight one, complete it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
just with whoever he's fighting, should just I'll retire. That's it. It's done. Chin. Whose chin would you take?
Fucking hell. I mean, it's got to be Katie Taylor's, hasn't it? Like, I've been seeing her whacked by some people, like proper chin checks, and I don't think I've ever seen a wobble, really.
Yeah, she can take a dig, can't she?
Yeah.
Jonas caught her with some beauties in their fight.
Well, that was what came to mind when obviously you asked me. Like, I saw her. It was hard, and I've been told by people at Sparta that she is one of the strongest people that they've sparred by like every person that sparred Tasha, and she got hit with some serious shots to Katie, but not once did I see her, to me, look vulnerable.
Yeah, that's a good call. And then the next one is, now this is just overall boxing skills. So like with the footwork and flashy, basically the flashy skills. Who would you go with?
It's got to be Muhammad Ali, hasn't it?
Yeah, we'll have that. Can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
It's not a bad boxer you've built there, is it?
I know. Imagine if that was me. Oh my God.
You never know, it might be.
Superstar.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm telling you now, I've got a really good feeling from a new coach. Like, big things will come. We're not going to run, walk and walk. I'm not going to start getting cocky, wanting to be on the big stage straight away. We're going to do it properly. We're going to craft our skills, going to get it all together first, because I want to look good. I don't want to be, she's got potential. I want us to come out and be thinking, fucking hell, this girl's like banging.
Yeah.
Like, and then my name go about. I don't want to come in like, she's got potential, she's a bit scruffy here and there. Like, I want to go out and look sharp. I want to be countering. Like, I want to be fluent with my movement. I can hit fucking really hard. So just all implementing it. Now I've got the right coach behind me, someone who believes in me and who knows what they're doing. Like, that's it. Will's the oyster.
Too right, yeah.
Good, yeah.
It's good. I can already sense the excitement.
Good plan, yeah.
About it. So
Positive talk.
we'll come on to that shortly. Like you link up with your new coach and that, but we'll sort of get in. And then the last question before we sort of go into your career is, we ask this to everybody, and I'm still going to throw it out there that we are angling for a sponsorship. So come on, guys. Marmite, love it or hate it?
I've never tried it.
What?
Oh, no.
Never tried.
That's a no.
Cut.
I
I'm not doing this no more.
I've never tried it.
That means it's a no.
Right, so
I mean, it's a no. It's got to be a no.
We've only had
tries
this.
it.
We've only had this once before as well. So now I've got a challenge for you. And we had a footballer come on before, Seb Carroll, who used to play for Leeds. He's a Frenchman, and he had never even heard of Marmite. So he went out and bought it. He promised us he'd go and buy it, and he'd film himself trying Marmite, and he sent it to us. And it's on our YouTube channel. It's fucking hilarious because he couldn't stand it.
Don't do
Right,
it.
okay. Yeah,
So-
I'll do that.
That's your task. You've got to.
In Australia, like Vegemite and like
Vegemite,
Marmite
yeah.
are like huge.
It's massive, isn't it?
Huge.
Huge,
Did you not have Vegemite when you went out there then?
No, I
No.
was more of a peanut butter gal.
You need to
There
get
you
on
go.
Marmite peanut butter.
Well, now they do it in the same jar.
They do
Yeah, they do it the
Vegemite
same
with peanut butter over there. It's weird.
No, I wouldn't want to mix the two, but I'm a big fan of both. But you listen, when you do try it,
You ain't tried it.
you've got to do 75% butter, at least
No.
25% Marmite.
No,
Then
mate.
it's not too strong. It needs to be pissing in
Well,
butter.
I feel like realistically, you're not a Marmite lover, then are you?
No, he's not. He's watering it down.
Well, but
It's
no,
like-
it's
Do you know
nice.
what?
like drinking a
You're not-
shandy
you're
and
not
then
doing
you love
very
beer.
well here. You're going further down in my
Just-
estimation.
Just don't do it. Hannah, just don't do it. It's fucking disgusting.
Just,
Is it?
Hannah,
Oh, it's
just dip it in potatoes and tell us what it tastes like.
Oh.
Bloody lovely, honestly.
No, you'll
Well, I'll
enjoy
try
it.
it anyway. We'll see.
We'll have to see that, yeah. And then, so that brings them sort of questions to a close. So now we can get into your career. So first things first, growing up in Blackpool, what age were you when you got into sport? And what was your sort of like your career through sport? What tickled your fancy all the way through? Was you into boxing at a young age, or was there other
I've always
sports in
been
the build-up?
athletic. Like when I went into my first high school was collegiate high school, it was a sports college. Was always like setting records for girls javelin. I was more of a runner. My dad has got me into running. So yeah, but that was like a forced sport upon me, the running. Like I just did it because I was made to, like not because I enjoyed it. So that came to a halt as soon as I got old enough to be like, right, I'm not doing it anymore. But yeah, so I've always been athletic, always like very competitive, very probably to a fault. So, oh yeah, you look very competitive, Kyle.
not competitive, athletic. I was on about. That's the word.
Oh, well, I mean, same thing, really. But yeah, and then I got kicked out of collegiate for fighting, and yeah, ended up not assaulting the head teacher on purpose, but she got in the middle of me and a lad, and I threw tuna past her, and it literally smacked off her face. So.
Wow, that was the start of your career, wasn't it?
Out that.
Files disgusting.
That's 1-0.
Yeah. And then my dad was pretty fuming because he spent 800 quid on the trip to go to France, and they booted me out and said, "You're not having your money back." So my dad was pretty pissed off about that. And then I went to the Grange school, which is a naughty school, right? And I got let out after 5 days because they said, "You are clever, you're just very like misbehaved," basically. So they said, "We'll send you to another sports academy called Palatine High School," which is like roughing. So I went there and then did really well, like excelled, got 7 A stars in sport, and then decided that I was going to go into the public services, and I was originally going to go in the army. And then my dad had like seen a boxing gym and sent me to it because I'd like said I wanted to do it. So he found me a boxing gym. And then I started training for a couple of years. And when I got a social life, I thought, oh, sod this, like I'm going to go out with my mates all the time. So left that and then picked up again when I was about 20, training. And then my coach at the time, Jimmy White, was like, "Oh, there was this girl called Carmen sparring, lovely lady. And she had a fight coming up." And he just said, "Oh, will you just get in the ring, please, and just like do a bit of sparring?" I was like, "I've never bloody done sparring. Like, I don't know what I'm doing." He was like, "Just keep your guard up." So he told me like my basic guard. He said, and just hit her. So I was like, "Oh, great." So then I dropped her on the first punch, and the girl was like, "Right, I don't think boxing's for me," and dropped out of the fight. And then Jimmy was like, "Well, I've sold those tickets on the basis there's going to be a girl card."
Oh, shit.
So I was like, "Oh," and he was like, "So you're going to have to do it." And I was like, great. So then I did it, and I lost my first 2 in a row. And then yeah, after that I went on the road and I did loads of home shows, become like a really big ticket seller. And then when I was fighting away, I was winning, which is usually unheard of on the unlicensed scene. So like it was convincing. Started like knocking people out, stopping people, and then just thought maybe it's time to like turn over.
Love that.
And that's where we are. That's how it comes to this point.
Go on, Greg.
You fought at the Circus Tavern. How was that?
I did. How do you know about that? Not many people know about that.
Well,
That was
we do our own work here, girl.
That was one of my first fight. Like that fight was quite shabby, and I was fighting at 70 kilos. I was quite over, like a lot heavier than what I usually used to fight at after that. But like it was nervous because I travelled like 7 hours to get there because of traffic. Got there and they were like, "Yeah, you're gonna be like one of the first ones." I was like, "Oh, good," because I was knackered. And then they were like, "Sorry, you're like 20th on the card now." I was like one of the last ones. And I was fighting a lovely girl called Leanne Forden. But to be fair, like when I got there, I thought, I'm not going to win. Like I looked at the setup and I thought, like it was dead flash compared to like some of the shows I'd fought on. And obviously it's a home fighter. And I thought, there's no chance they're going to let me even win this, even if I do. And then I won it, so I was really pleased about that, especially that journey, because the journey home would have just been shit. But so I really enjoyed fighting at the Circus Tavern. Alan was lovely. He was like the owner of it. He was dead nice. I was meant to fight on a couple of his other shows, but then obviously COVID happened.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually watched that fight earlier. Actually, on Leanne Forden won round 2 and 3. More successful lands in Gatwick. You had, Jesus Christ, you just landed a big boom. You just couldn't stop landing.
Oh my God, I hate. Do you know when I see any fights that I've had on YouTube, they're all before like I could properly box, and I look at them and I'm like, oh, I hope no one else sees these.
We've all seen them.
And you've now announced it, so everyone's going to be watching them now.
There's over 5,000 views.
Like that anymore, so that's good.
To be fair, that's actually a good thing that they're out there, because that's a smokescreen. Because, for example, your first pro fight, when you get in there, whoever you're fighting is going to be looking at them thinking, fucking.
They're going to take one look at me, rub the hands together, and be like, yes, easy.
And then when you come in with a completely different setup and you've improved, do you know what I mean? It's good to have that.
Yeah.
100%.
I have got some of my better fights on my phone that I'll send you. I just don't have them on the internet because I took them off because my coach was like, people were starting to like look at my fights and try and study me. So I thought, fuck off.
Exactly, yeah.
They don't have anything on them, and they're watching all my fights online, studying me.
Watch the shit ones. Watch the shit ones.
And then, the shit ones, the ones that are already on there that you do nothing about.
I enjoyed it, to be fair. So I didn't. It was good.
Yeah.
You said like the weights you were fighting at there. What weight are you going to be going in at in the program?
So in the end, I started fighting at 60 kilos, so I dropped 10 kg. But to be fair, like, I was always still very powerful, always, even when I dropped down. But I was just always hungry, like, and it's just, you guys will know, if you ever do watch what you eat, you constantly just feel moody. Kyle, you're definitely not included in this, right?
I'm gonna have to mute this because I don't want to hear this.
It only mutes your mic, it doesn't mute mine.
Where's my nuggets? Where's my nuggets?
But yeah, I used to fight at 60 kilos, but I think now I'm 5'8", so I'm quite tall as well. I think we're gonna fight at super light or welter. Which is definitely nearer to my walking around weight. Like I walk around at like 70 kilos, man. Easy. Like
wow.
No bother. Like, you know, not trying to diet, even if I'm not training, I'll walk around at 70 kilos and still be strong as fuck. So I reckon not having to drop 10 kilos will definitely increase that power. Like me and Anthony were on the pads before, and he was like, you fucking hit harder than most blokes. And we've been really perfecting, like slipping and rolling, and as we're moving, like hitting off. So I think with that bit of extra weight, I'll start putting people away, definitely.
That's brilliant. Yeah, you don't want to suck too much weight off, do you? Deplete yourself.
No. And to be honest, like I didn't enjoy being that way. Like I looked really scrawny.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No, I want to be strong and athletic.
Too right, yeah.
Physically as well as mentally. 10 kilos.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, they don't want to be doing that to yourself for sure.
It's a large percentage of weight as well when you're only 70 kilos, 60 kilos, like losing 10 kilos. That is a fucking big percentage. You know what I mean?
I know. To say I walk around at like basically 10 stone 11. It's like to drop down to 9 stone 3. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a big amount of weight. You mentioned Anthony, or Anthony as you call him. I don't know.
I know everyone laughs at me because I say Anthony, and you know the tavern. Yeah. I say Tarvin, and everyone's like, it's the tavern.
Yeah, you're wrong there. How did it come about linking up with Anthony at Arnie's gym?
Well, okay, so basically I wasn't happy with my old coach. As a person, fabulous, great guy, like couldn't have a bad word to say about him. He's been nothing but good to me, and that is the baseline for that. However, as a trainer and obviously a student, in my eyes, that's how I'm seeing it, he just wasn't for me. Like at first it was great because the step up from unlicensed to professional was like, wow, like there's such a difference. But then once I've sort of got used to that and I was going to other people's gyms and stuff and I've seen their level, I thought, this is what I need. And yeah, I just felt like basically he wanted me to sort of be an inside fighter, like a mini Mike Tyson, and I'm not. I'm gangly, and I have got power, so I like to keep them at range, and I'll basically make them come to me to fight me, and that's just how I fight, and that's when I box the best, and I don't really get hit in the face when I box like that. Like, you know, it's just for me, I just think that works perfect.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, he's the trainer, so you know, you can't keep questioning him. And then we went sparring, and like, he was just saying to me, you know, you need to be first. And I'm like, to someone who was 5'1", who is like a mini Mike Tyson, and I was like, after one round, we like had a bit of an argument, and he just like pulled me out and was like, no, that's it. So just after that, I just thought, like, right, like, he obviously needs me to be somebody else that I'm not. Maybe I'm not good enough to be a boxer. Like, I started questioning myself, and I thought, once it gets to that point, like, for me, you should just walk away. But I'm stubborn, so I tried to like continue it and keep going with him, and it just for me, like, the love had gone. Like, I just fell out of love, and I had other commitments coming up, and I thought, do you know what, I can't be arsed. Like, I could make the effort to go training and be there, but I'd rather be doing this. Or my mum had got poorly as well, so I was like, I'm just going to look after her. Now, me as a person, I'm not like that. I'm very, very dedicated. And then my friend sat me down and had a word and said, like, have you stopped boxing? Like, do you not love it anymore? And my dad was, because obviously I'd moved out, I didn't see him as much, so he was like, I was lying about him, saying I was going to boxing when I wasn't, just to like stop him from questioning me. And then in the end, he was just like, what's going on? And I was just like, I just don't like boxing anymore. I don't feel like I'm good enough. And he's like, do you think maybe you just need to try a new trainer? And I was like, I can't, because I'm in a contract. And I was like worried about like upsetting him. And then my dad was just like, you've just got to think of yourself. So I told my like talents manager, Helen Gorginio, I'm sure she'll say Gorginio, I don't know how to pronounce names. I say them as I see them. So, but she's like the owner of Buzz Talent. So I was explaining to her that like maybe I'd like move to London and try and get like a coach up like that way, because I've seen a few good ones, and I'd spoke to a few people who had like already asked me like, where do you train, even though I actually wasn't even training. And then I just decided, right, okay, I'm just going to go on the prowl now. And then Helen said, oh, I've got a few contacts, and she put me in with my new management, and he explained to me that my contract was actually void with the board, because I hadn't signed it 60 days before the meeting to get the license back, etc. So if I had a word from my manager, he could release me technically, even though it's not been 3 years. And yeah, so basically there was a bit of an argument, not between me and my manager, but like in the process of trying to get me sort of out of contract. And then I said to him, well, I've got no coach. And then he put me in contact with Anthony Farnell, and then I spoke to Anthony Fowler about it, and he put me in contact with Wayne Smith. So I was trialing like different coaches, and then I didn't end up going to Wayne's trial because me and Anthony just clicked like that. Like, I just knew like his style with my style, and like he just listened to me, let me box, and basically sort of just perfected what I was doing, and like bringing that style out of me. And I just, it was just amazing. And I just thought, wow. And like instantly I got butterflies, and that fire just like reignited, and I was like, right, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to train in Manchester. And that's how that one came about. That's
class. Yeah, because like the thing is, certain fighters, like, they have their style and their natural attributes sort of adhere to. You don't just mold like I train.
Yeah, you don't change someone completely.
No.
Exactly. Look at when Floyd Mayweather Sr. tried changing Ricky Hatton to be a boxer. Like, he needs to be head on your chest, in and out, working the body. You don't want to be getting behind the jab and moving. That's not his style. Like,
no, and he's not even big enough for that anyway.
So exactly. Well, there was always red flags with the Pacquiao fight, because Floyd Senior couldn't even hold pads in southpaw stance.
And I've got a really long reach. Like, everyone used to say I had giraffe arms on the circuit, on the licensed circuit. Like, I've got really long arms. I've got like an unusually long reach.
Jesus Christ.
Fan
But
in
They
it.
I've
gone.
got big
Where's your arms
limbs.
gone?
So you don't want to be trying to put me on an inside fight when someone's like this on me and I'm like that. Like,
Yeah.
they're going to beat me to the punch.
Exactly. Yeah. Use your range. Would you?
Yeah.
Sort of, who would you sort of compare? Would you compare yourself to sort of like style-wise, like Natasha Jonas, the way she sort of fights?
No, because I feel like she is definitely more of an inside fighter. I feel like that's where she comes on top when she fights on the inside.
Yeah.
I would say personally, style-wise, Terry Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Gangly, stay on the outside. You're best when you're not like you can fight on the inside, but you don't need to win the fight. You're best at a range when you're making them come to you and you're just picking them off, and that's exactly what she does.
Yeah, Savannah Marshall does that well as well. She is.
She's just like, it's
beast.
weird. She reminds me of Tyson Fury, but a girl.
She moves just like him, doesn't she? Well,
But obviously she's trained by Peter, so they've all got the similar, like, where they drop the arm and they sort of like.
I think
just,
she's
like, really, like,
unbelievable.
weird.
I think she's incredible, Savannah Marshall. I think she's such a great boxer.
And she'll only get better.
Yeah. To be honest, I can't see her losing. If I'm honest,
do you think she does shield?
You know
again?
what though?
Yeah,
in the next couple of years, there's going to be some really good women's fights because I feel like more and more are coming through the ranks now.
Oh, there's.
And I don't necessarily think it's experience anymore. I think it's how hungry you are and who you've got in your corner. For me.
Yeah. No, there's a lot to be said for that. Well, it says it all. We'll get on to. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll cover it now. Like Ebony Bridges. I see. Like you've got a bit of a friendship with Ebony. Like
like we got really like pally on Twitter before the Shannon Courtney saga like was ever there. Like before it was she was sort of big time. And I just thought, do you know what? Like she just reminds me of me. Like she's just pretty. She's outspoken. She doesn't give a fuck. Like, and she's just there. She's down to fight, and like all she's asked about is fighting. She's not interested. Like, do you know what I mean? So I actually straight away like took a liking to her, and then the more time's gone on, like I love her even more now.
Yeah, I think she's great, and it says it all. Sort of, she was very sort of not that known for her what she's done in the ring over here because she's only really fought in Australia, and there's not a lot of footage of it. So when she came over here, it was really sort of a baptism of fire to go in with Shannon Courtney on that stage.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Kyle on the phone earlier about it. Even though Shannon's won the fight, who's everyone spoke about afterwards?
And where is Shannon now? Like, this is what I was saying on the last interview is, like, you know, Shannon's on about she wants to be a role model to people, you know, change the world. But the problem is, like, after the fight, Ebony went round, like, giving her time to, like, the children.
With her eye out here.
Yeah, and where was Shannon? She was getting drunk with her boyfriend in the bloody fucking Chardonnay or whatever in London, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's the difference. And yeah, everyone does it differently, and like, there's time to relax, but please practice what you preach. That's all I'm asking.
I have to be honest, I'd never heard of that Bridges before that fight. I didn't even know.
I haven't.
I saw her on Soccer AM was she on it a couple of weeks after? Was it?
She was on it. Yeah, a week or two after. Yeah.
Lovely woman.
Yeah, she is. She's so down to earth. Yeah. Like, we met up in Wales the other week, and we were just chatting, and it was like I'd known her all my life. But she's just one of them people where when you're with her, she's just infectious. Like, yeah.
Yeah, she does seem that kind. It seems as well that anyone who's, like you said, who seems to come into her company, they seem to like her. Like, Shannon Courtney's the only one that has really spoke bad of her.
That's where I really took a disliking to Shannon, like that whole build-up. I just thought, you are what's wrong with women's boxing. You're promoting sexism by saying all the stupid fucking shit that you are. Doesn't mean that you're sexualizing sport because you dress in underwear. What is the difference in two centimeters worth of extra fucking material around your waist? Yeah. There's not. There's literally not. It's just because she used to be the Barbie girl and the Golden Girl who had all the attention because she was a little less stereotypical than the usual fighters. And then Ebony Bridges comes along, who's like a 10 times hotter version. And just saw her arse about it. And that's it.
because I don't really know the beef of what happened between them. So is that kind of how it started? How did it actually?
So how it happened was Twitter. So people were saying,
Classic.
because they're the same weight categories, people were saying, we want to see you fight Shannon Courtney because a lot of the UK dislike the girl. So they were saying, oh, we want to see you punch your face in, like, even though we're UK, we're not back in the Brit, blah, blah. And then it was going on for that long that Eddie Hearn took notice. And it was literally, that is how it happened. And then, you know, Ebony was sort of getting involved in the banter, but like not sort of being disrespectful. And then like Shannon started like taking it to heart rather than just seeing it as for what it is.
Yeah.
And
part of the show,
that's when it got bitter.
It's part of the business, though, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, of course it is. If you can't sell the fight, that's like
No, that's it. Yeah.
of it.
It's like Tyson Fury. Do you really think he hates Anthony Joshua deep down? No, he doesn't.
No, come on. No, and no one hates anybody. Like, if you do,
Tyson knows how to do is sell a fight.
yeah.
So I mean, he's a very obviously.
And I feel like the build-up is so important.
Yeah.
It's tactical,
like,
isn't it? You've got to get in the
I
ring.
love the build-up. After, I feel like it's like a come down. You're like, oh my God, what am I going to do now for the next fucking fight?
Yeah.
Like, I've got nothing to chat about every day or look forward to or get excited over.
Yeah.
The build-up's such a huge part.
Yeah, massive.
In the more modern times in boxing, like you said, the build-up is massive nowadays. With the advancement of social media, with Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of the build-up, like the press conferences in the build-up to fights, it's a huge part of it. Like, if you think about it, even like the fight week, for example, you've got 7 days of constant like media stuff coming through, and then the fight might last 5-10 minutes. Like, it's not like a huge part of it is the build-up nowadays.
For me, it's a massive part of it.
Yeah.
It's what sells the fight, it's what you get interested in, it's what you have to talk about, where the opinions come, it's how they make the media, the press, the newspapers, the money, like, it's everything.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
At the end of the fight, everyone then sort of like asks, oh, why are they being so
I'm trying to flip the screen so I can see you.
why are they being so pally? But that's just the respect straight away. Then you've had the fight, the respect comes then, and think we've just gone to war and we're alive. Like, do you know what I mean? And then that's it.
Yeah, and if nothing serious, like I had a fight with Danielle Harper, who she said some actually disgusting things. So after the fight, she actually went to hug me. I did tell her to fuck off because she
I would have done the same.
Yeah, she said she was going to glass my mum in the face. Oh, sorry, I'm doing that thing. How do I swap? She said she was going to glass my mum in the face, and that she wishes that, like, if I die in the ring, it's going to be like a fucking laugh and a joke. And a boyfriend was threatening to punch my head in and stuff. And I thought, just because we're like set to fight. So after the fight, she did get told to fuck off, and I wouldn't shake a glove. That's the only time I've ever done that. But, yeah, unless it's actually real beef.
That's
like,
a bit deep. Yeah, that's a bit deep.
Yeah,
there's still a line, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Even when you're being disrespectful, you've still got to have that line of respect.
At the end of the day, you're putting you're putting your life on the line going in the ring, and so is she. And it should be like the best woman wins rather than nonsense that surrounds that. Yeah, it's poor behaviour, to be honest. But I suppose obviously in the more amateur fights you might have had, you might more likely to see that sort of behaviour as you climb the chain. I don't think you're likely to hear that sort of chat.
Definitely not in the programs, I don't think.
Yeah, you learn.
Too worried about what people would think of them.
Yes.
You must. The higher it goes, the people learn how to.
Yeah, you got to respect your opponent.
To be the respectful side. Still
you've got to be careful, because if you say all that, you've got to back it up.
Oh
yeah. Live on TV.
It is true, isn't it? That's the one thing that would like scare the shit out of me if I was a boxer or a fighter in any kind. I'd be so sort of scared because I know I'd run my mouth, and then it'd be like, oh no, why have I said that? You know what I mean? It's like, could you imagine? Like, it must be terrible if that does happen.
And then you get your arse handed to you. You're like,
you become a meme overnight. It's just like, oh no.
Conor McGregor.
I couldn't do it. I could not box. I mean, that's not. I've done it. Yeah, fair play to
really?
In that ring.
I was thinking that you might.
Yeah, I listen. I know I look tough, Han, but listen, it's just
the only thing you boxing is a pizza.
Yeah, or two.
We'll have to set up a little charity sparring session with Kyle and Han. we could air it live on YouTube.
That would be good.
That would be good. We'll get you one of them, the old body bags on. You used to see Ricky Hatton have a go at and just squeeze into him.
I'd need them sumo suits to fucking,
I was like, have you got one on now?
Now it me. Yeah, this is it. I've been done. I've been done.
You walked into that one. Wide open.
Chin up.
Chin up.
Can't wait till Billy Joe watches this one.
How long we got? How long we got?
Brilliant. I was going to bed. And then like that sort of takes us up to where we're at now. And you've got some big news, Han.
Yeah, I feel like it is for me because end of the day, I'm just a nobody who's come through the unlicensed ranks. You know, I wouldn't say I'm very well known yet. So obviously for me, this is a huge thing considering I was unhappy with my situation before. So I am signing on Sunday. So obviously it's not Sunday yet. By the time you air it, it will be. But yeah, I am signing with the Warrens, Warren Boxing Management. And there is like a plan in place for like how it's going to play out over the contract and what we've got in store.
Brilliant.
So we've actually got something exciting coming up. On June the 1st, we're going for a meeting in Sheffield and we're going to go and sign a 3-fight contract deal. So you guys will have a definite sort of date as well for a fight then. And I'll be able to tell you loads and loads more when I know, because I don't actually know the ins and outs just yet. We're gonna go through the paperwork this week, and once we go there, we'll already have read it and signed it, so we'll have more to talk about once it's signed, sealed, and delivered. But yeah.
Congratulations.
Decent. Yeah. Yeah, no, well done. We're all coming, and do you know what we're gonna wear? Orange and black leggings, cones on our head and everything. We're coming.
So white and black leggings and orange wigs.
Right.
Full top on.
We should do that. We should do that. That would be fucking brilliant.
I'd love that.
No, honestly, Han, congratulations. That's huge news. You know what I mean?
I'm so happy.
Well
I can't actually tell you. Like the whole thing just like turned around for me in like a week. I'm at a gym where I absolutely love. My coach is absolutely amazing. He's got some really nice lads in the gym, and like I'm under a management who have delivered me everything they said they're gonna so far and more, and they're just so like attentive to like planning and details and just everything that I was lacking, because I really thrive off routine, structure and organisation. So to have that all now, like honestly, I really do feel like in a year or so, like there's going to be big moves made by then. So
most definitely, yeah. Go on, Greg.
Are you sticking with Triple B? And did you make that up?
Triple B? No, I didn't make that up. And now because obviously Ebony's got the blonde bomber. It's like it just wouldn't be right. But I used to fight under Hurricane Hannah, and then my old management wanted to change me to $1 Million Baby because obviously I look $1 million. And obviously I do hit and sometimes knock people out the way that she did in the fight, like in the film. So I was never keen on the name though, because I'm pretty much like once I'm set, I'm sort of set, and I really did love Hurricane Hannah, but I've seen a couple of girls on the Bieber scene with Hurricane, and there's Hurricane Hotwell. So I'm just like, I'm not sure. I'm actually open to suggestions for a name. I don't feel like you can really name yourself. Sometimes I feel like it's a bit vain. Like I feel like you should be given the name, and I was given the name by Hurricane. So I felt like I wanted to stick with that. And like on all my fights, everyone used to shake, Hurricane, Hurricane. So I don't know. I think maybe I'll keep it. Maybe I won't. I just need some advice off maybe my manager, or I don't know. Should you name yourself? Like
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? Like and
Hurricane.
Blackpool.
I don't want to be vain about it.
What was that, Matty?
Blackpool Blaggers. No.
Blackpool Blaggers or Baggers?
Baggers.
Blackpool Baggers. It's got to be.
Say what you trying to say. I'm blagging it.
She talks shit.
We have any of you boys got any suggestions?
I
Then
don't know.
Come on, be nice now. I know you have to give your shit all
Oi,
day.
no, I'm not being nice. Hold on.
no, this is your chance, mate, to get your own back. Yeah.
No, I'm not quick like that. And I'm not horrible either. No, I think it's ain't nice. Then I'd have to try and. I can't do it off the cuff though. You're gonna have to give me 2 to 3 weeks, I reckon.
I was thinking 2 to 3 business days.
We just sit and wait until then, Kyle. Well,
working weeks.
You have a go.
Fucking hell, Kyle. She'll have about 5 fights by the time you make up her name.
Call a hurricane. Call a hurricane.
It's one of them because I like you said, I'd always like to think of one that's not being used or being used, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like Hurricane, even Ricky Atten's boy Campbell's gone with that, isn't he, at the moment?
Oh yeah.
And you got Reuben Carter from back in the day.
Banger Baggaley. Someone just put that in the chat, guys. We're not just reading this out.
Right. He probably didn't mean to put that to everyone.
No, I did double. You could still be double B. That's it.
I think it's got to be something sort of something maybe Blackpool related would be quite good. But it's I don't know. It's hard to think, isn't it?
Tough.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah,
Hannah the big one Bagley.
That's rude, then, isn't it?
Got a big dick or something.
The big one.
Supposed to be in the women's division, or
the big one.
Why don't you open it up on your social media and get some people to feed the
I'm gonna, but I just feel like this could go very badly.
Oh God! Have you seen some of the comments she gets on Twitter?
Yeah, I see one earlier. The guy was like, "When you put what you do for the weekend?" The guy was like, "Gonna pull one out over you all weekend." You was like, "I don't black or something." I was like,
Terry messaged me and was like, "You get some interesting comments on your Twitter."
I bet your DMs are even more interesting.
Fair play to you for the reply. I thought, fucking hell, yeah, that's brilliant.
Again, though, I think that's one of the things that's going to set you apart from the crowd as well. Is the fact that you just embrace that. It's not like it's water off a duck's back, isn't it?
Yeah,
really?
like, why do people get mad about it? I find it funny. Sometimes I reply stupid things back and then I think, fuck, I've actually got little kids following me on here. Like, I should be careful.
Kyle.
Kyle gets all upset about it.
Trigger warning.
That is brilliant. Though. I'm excited. Like, that's massive news with the Warrens. That is.
I know. I'm really over the moon. So on Sunday we get a picture. It's going to be announced on social media, so you'll have exclusive dibs if you hurry up and put it on.
That's class. I'm going to be editing this up tomorrow, and it's going out Sunday.
After you bang one out over me.
Yeah. Oh God.
We love Twitter, don't we? We love Twitter.
Twitter is the best. It's fucking class, to be fair.
I was getting loads of trolls me. I got added into a group chat with Sonny Edwards. People trolling me. I was like, listen, love, I'll sit here and argue with you all day because I'm pathetic.
Exactly, yeah. It's so easy to get lured into it as well, isn't it?
I like an argument with me. Like, I get satisfaction if you like block me and stuff. I'm like, ha, I win. And then I'm like, I've just wasted half my day arguing with a fucking imbecile. I win.
That's quality. I must admit, I'm looking forward to following your career, the build up to fight.
I can't wait, yeah.
Exactly.
It's going to be
build
great.
Up. That's what we're here for, boys. The build up.
Another question, actually, based on like the whole persona side of the game. Entrance music.
Ooh.
Biggie Smalls, Hypnotise every time. I've never changed a walkout song.
Really?
Yep, really.
Fair play. I like it.
If you watch Liam Fordham, you see the guy dancing to my song.
Yeah, no, I did see that on there actually.
Every time I walk out to that, because I just hear that do do do, and then it's like right, and I'm just like there.
Game face. Yeah.
How does it go? The song, the lyrics though. Go on, give us a little sing song.
No, I'm not doing that.
Why?
Because one, I have to have the music.
Yeah, I'll do the do bit. I'll do that bit. Go on.
I can't.
That's fucking brilliant. I always thought that the best entrance music, and I saw it, I think it was at an MMA event I was at years ago. And a guy came out to Do You Really Want to Hurt Me? And I just thought it was the funniest thing ever, because as an opponent, that would kill your like game face. Surely that would throw you off your game.
Just reminds me of the wedding singer.
Tyson Fury when he come out to crazy.
Brilliant.
In the chair, and he looked crazy.
He did, didn't he?
He is crazy.
Yeah, he is.
That was almost quite sort of like haunting, that entrance, because it was.
Wasn't it weird? I was
Yeah.
like not enjoying the walkout. I was like, this is like a little bit strange.
To be honest, though, I think like if that must have affected Wilder in a way as well. Seeing that, it's got to be like
such a fucking idiot. Like he got found out that night. He's not a boxer.
Yeah,
He's
no,
always just relying on that hand.
yeah,
But
could
yeah,
just
he
hit
definitely got into Wilder's brain.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he made all sorts of excuses, didn't he? He's fucking sacked his trainer.
That fucking suit was too heavy. My water's been spiked. He's got an egg in his fucking glove. Like, come on.
His
And
face
he
when
fell.
his face when Fury got back up was just a picture. You know, I done that little.
He's
He's like,
like this.
oh,
The Undertaker
no.
spit up, wasn't it?
Yeah, the Undertaker meme was amazing.
That was epic.
dong.
The only person he fought up to that was Ortiz.
Yeah.
Everyone else he fought was bums.
And Ortiz was dusting him up until he got caught.
Yeah, until he got caught. Yeah.
To be
He's
fair, their
made
first
some
fight,
career- he's
their
made
first
some
fight could have
career
easily
off
been
that,
stopped. Ortiz had him fucked. Like he hit him with about 30 unanswered punches. If the ref jumps in there, there's no argument.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's not. It's just he has got a decent chin where he will take a dig Wilder. I'll give him that. But that could have easily been stopped on his feet in the Ortiz fight. But he ain't coming back anyway. He gives it all the big one again. But nah.
I'm not even interested to watch him fight. I don't enjoy it.
No one is, I don't think.
He's rubbish. No, not
He's
interested
old
either.
news.
Do you
Yeah,
think
he's-
he'll fight Ruiz next though? Do you think him and Ruiz will fight? There's talks about that.
Do you know what? If Ruiz puts weight on, then yeah, I feel like he's lost too much weight now, and he's getting dropped too easy, far too easy. Bang
He'll be happy to see him get knocked out. Well, knocked down by Areola. He'd be
If
like,
Areola's
"Oh,
putting you over,
I know.
like
That's why I think he's lost too much weight.
yeah,
He's lost too much weight, and he I don't know what he's done different in his camp, but he needs to go back to the first one with Joshua.
get back on the
Because-
burritos, Andy.
He needs to get back on the tacos.
The tacos.
It was going to go one way or the other when it was going to lose weight and look fucking brilliant, or lose weight and sort of come out looking the way he probably has.
Yeah.
I mean, although he won the fight, it's just
Well,
didn't
there's a
look
lot to be
great.
said for like there's optimum weights for everyone. Like Tyson Fury even said it, didn't he, when he fought Otto Wallin, that he'd lost like 3 or 4 pounds too much. And he
Yeah,
was
his dad was
defeated.
fuming about that. His dad did loads of interviews about that.
Yeah, he weren't best pleased, was he? But it's one of them. Like that's another thing I wanted to ask you about. Like, what's a standard sort of day in the life of Hannah Baggaley in terms of sort of training, nutrition, like your general like a standard day? What would it look like?
So when I'm not in camp, I'll either go to the gym in the morning and either train in the morning before work and then painting and decorating all day. And then I'll either come home and do like a short run or a long run. And I like to relax. I love a hot bath. A hot bath fixes the world. So that's like day to day. And then when I'm like obviously training to fight, I drop my hours to like just 12 till 4 decorating, and I'll train in the morning, train in the evening, but we do a lot more intensity. I'm eating a lot cleaner, but I've never been eating this much, and like on purpose, because we're only going to be dropping down now like 11, just short of 11, about 11 pounds, and then obviously it's not going to be as hard, so I don't need to worry about the eating side as much. But I've just got a strength and conditioning coach, so I'll post a link to that later. We've just started working together now, and we're going to start working on a Tuesday and Thursday. I'll be doing like basically explosive power and like just really strong legs as well. So we're going to really sort of perfect everything before I come into fighting. But I am looking to fight at the end of October. I know that.
How many do you want to get in this year? Just the one?
Yeah, I'd like to get just one in, because I don't want to fight too soon, because I've just started with my new coach. So one, we're still working on like perfecting everything, and also we need to like sort of do a load of sparring, get used to being able to listen to his instructions on the boxing, try new things out. really perfect my movement with my shots. So constantly like looking for a reaction of like slipping, rolling. So there's loads to go yet. There's loads to learn yet. So October will definitely be like more of a learning fight for me. And then early next year, I'm looking for like the next one. And I'd like to fight like 4 times a year.
Once a month? I've heard you're good at what? I heard you used to fight once a month. Fucking what?
I used to fight like twice a month, me.
Wow. Don't brag. All right.
in 8 months, I had 11 fights.
There you go, Hannah the Baggaley.
Hannah the Bragger.
The
Bragger Bonner Baggaley.
No, that was unreal, to be fair. Yeah, when you said it once or twice a month. Yeah.
You want the crowds back as well, so that you can build obviously a good following as well.
Well, yeah, and I do actually, like, I've always been a really good ticket seller, so I have actually got like a crowd ready to go. But obviously now I've got loads of new Twitter friends as well, so hopefully these guys can come out.
We're coming.
A lot of them I think are coming just to see if they can like sexually molest me while they're there.
The weigh-in crowd would be huge again, wouldn't it?
Oh no!
Just be sat there, join the fight.
Don't come in a knickers and bra, please, for fuck's sake.
You know it. It depends how
when she gets on the old John scales, you know what I mean?
Listen, I want to be saving every extra bit of weight I can, so
fair play.
Both weighing down.
You'll have to get
your dad will be there with a towel in front of you, like.
It literally will. Be like,
close your eyes. Wait, fuck up.
He will be fighting in the ground.
And you'll have to get Kyle to walk you out to your first fight dressed as Mr. Potato Head. It could be your entrance.
It won't work though if he's going Turkey because he'll have too much hair.
That is true.
I'd have a top knot on everything. I will be.
Can you imagine the scenes when you're coming out for that fight, you know, with the hypnotized music in the background and you got that Wally dressed as Mr. Potato? Your opponent's going to be confused. Your opponent's going to be confused.com.
Yeah, literally, and that's what we want.
Yeah,
exactly
right.
Could be tactic.
Who's that fat bastard?
It's distractions, mate. Here's one that we asked Billy Joe when we had him on as well. 3 dream fights that you want to see in the world of boxing in the next like 18 months to 2 years.
Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall needs to happen.
And who have you got in them as well in each fight?
Okay. Oh, I hate doing these because a lot of the time I don't back the people that think like that you think you should. But I do think people underestimate Clarissa Shields way too much. I think that'll be a lot closer fight than people are making out. Everyone's like, oh, Savannah will knock her out. I can't see that happening.
Yeah, it's a great fight.
In my personal opinion, I think Savannah on points, Clarissa with a KO. I think that's how it would go down. So that one, it's got to be the AJ Fury one. God, it's doing my head in this. And I'm glad they've sorted the date out now, and it's a week after my birthday. My birthday's on the 8th.
Oh, I'm the 4th.
Woo, Leos!
Yeah.
So definitely need to see that. And I'd quite like to see Katie Taylor fight Jessica McCaskill again. Is that how you say the second one? That's how you say it. Now she's sort of.
She's unified champ, isn't she, as well?
Yeah, exactly. And she's got a bit more experience. And she's less of just a gobshite, like from because she was calling Katie out after 5 fights, and I just thought, you don't deserve that yet.
What weight do you think that would happen though? Would Katie go up? Would McCaskill come down?
I think she'd have to come down. I think McCaskill would have to come down a bit, wouldn't she?
More than likely.
I can't see Katie sort of giving weight away, really. She's basically the boss. So
she don't need to chase anyone, does she?
No, exactly. So I quite like to see that.
Yeah. No, they're good ones to be fair. It's a weird one as well with Katie Taylor. To be honest, I'd pay to see a fight whoever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, put her in with Canelo. You know what I mean? It's
I was literally saying this the other day. It'd just be funny to see pound for pound versus pound for pound. I probably rate Canelo, me. I was backing Canelo and everyone was like, why are you not backing the Brit? And I was like,
I know you was, you. I heard you talk about it. You weren't best pleased with Billy's comments in the build-up, was you? The old ref smells like shit to the fella.
Just,
I wasn't happy.
really.
I thought it was great.
I get worried about saying things because I'm like, shit, I've just fucking said something. And it's like, I'm an up and coming boxer and I'm fucking calling everyone out.
It's good though. It gets your name out there, doesn't it? It gets people talking.
But I don't do it for that. It's just I just don't think before I speak.
But that's what I mean. That is good. That's what people, as like a paying customer of a sport, that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want real people.
You want to show.
Yeah. Like, to be honest,
I don't watch my P's and Q's.
Nah, and I think
don't worry about that.
It's one of the reasons. Like Anthony Joshua, for example, when he first burst on the scene, I was such a big fan of him. I loved the guy, and in recent years, I've really gone off of him because I feel he's just sort of like a media robot.
Who's this?
Anthony Joshua. I don't think he has a personality anymore. He's just like he doesn't know who he is. Every now and again, he'll come out of his shell and he'll go like a bit rude boy and sort of put it on someone, and I'm like, there we go. That's what I want to see. That's you. Like,
but what happens?
I want to see you trash talk, campaign.
But when you become an ambassador for he's like Lucozade, he's Lynx, he's Adidas, he's everywhere, isn't he? You become an ambassador, you can't really go on like you're a fucking bad man anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know, but that's why I don't like him.
but
he's just a cash cow, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. But that's what Eddie Hearn knew from day dot. We have a rough diamond here, but he can be the shining light. So let's just slowly mold him. But like Terry said, at press conferences, you've seen him change up the way he speaks, and the real him starts to come out. Unless you're stupid and you're 15 and you're like AJ this, Lucozade that, Lynx this, you know that that's not the real him.
Yeah, of course.
And people like real, especially in boxing.
Well, look at the support people like Dylan White get.
Yeah, Dylan White.
Oh, he's so funny, isn't he?
He just
Brilliant,
says
isn't he?
whatever he thinks.
Yeah, but that's why he was mugging AJ, because he was like, "You're just a puppet, bro."
Yeah.
He's always on form to argue with everyone. Is Dylan White? He just calls everyone out.
He does not give a shit.
I love it.
He does not. Yeah.
He'll fight any cunt. Yeah.
Did you see when?
Wait, we said you could swear, Greg, but we didn't say you could say that word.
Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry,
I
forgot I was in the presence.
We apologise to everybody watching and listening.
What cunt?
Is that a bad word? Is it?
Unfiltered.
Cunt's used all the time in Australia as like you're at cunt, like you just say.
Kevin bloody Wilson. I love the geezer.
What a man he is. Before we sort of tied it up, did you see Dylan White's interview after Wilder got beat by Fury? When he was pissed himself laughing. He was trying to do.
I'm gonna have to watch it though.
He's trying to do a serious interview. I'll send it to you after this. He's trying to do a serious interview, and they asked him a question. It was on Sky Sports. They asked him a question about, how did you think it went and that, and he just burst out laughing, like uncontrollably laughing, and he was basically he's like, I'm so sorry about that. He said it's just he got beat up so bad, and he's like pissing himself. He's like, after all the mouth he's given out, and he said, and then he gets bit, and he was just, it's quality. It's so funny.
I'm gonna have to watch it. You'll have to send it me.
I'll send it to you after. It's absolutely brilliant. But again, before we go, what are your have you got a time frame on when you want to sort of be in for British titles or?
Yeah, I'm definitely not one for wanting to rush it, because like I say, I know I've come from the unlicensed scene. I don't think I'm better than what I am. I know I'm starting from the bottom of the pile. I've really got to hone my craft. I've got to get everything ready first, and then I want to show you guys. I don't want to be a learning work in progress. I want to sort of get to a certain level and then progress. So for me, I'm not thinking of any titles that in the next 18 months. I want to have about 6 or 7 fights where they're progressively harder and harder. I don't want loads of easy fights. We want a learning fight, and then from then on I want harder ones with different styles and start fighting loads of different variety, so I know what I'm doing. And then I want to get to a title fight, but I don't want to rush it, because the thing is, I'm only 24. You know, Katie Taylor didn't turn pro till she was 30, so like there is no rush. I don't want that sort of pressure on me. I just want to make a really good, lengthy, long career out of my boxing. You know, once you hit a certain stage, like, you're at a glass ceiling if you don't do it properly, and that's where some of the, like, Ricky Hatton's kids sort of, you know, it's unfortunate because he's got to live up to his dad's expectations, but he's already on this massive platform, so people are going to expect harder fights straight away, and he needs to learn first. So I don't want to put myself into that position, especially with me looking the way I do. I want to really sort of build myself up so I can be a superstar, but actually be one, not because of my looks. So no,
I don't think that's brilliant.
18 months at least before I think of a title.
Yeah, it's a great plan.
It is. It's great grounding. Like you've got your head screwed on. You know, because some people would go in with, I want to be there now. I want to be in. Do you know what I mean? I want to get as soon as possible.
Definitely not.
And
I'm just looking forward to learning. I'm just looking forward to learning.
That's good.
And especially with the sort of the upward curve of female boxing, there's going to be so many girls like in the next generation that are like of 5-6 years younger than you that are going to be coming through, that have been doing boxing for a long time. You know what I mean? That have watched your Nicola Adamses and your Katie Taylors and that, and followed them and wanted to be like them, and might even go through the Olympics and then come through and turn pro at your sort of age, but might have an Olympics under their belt. So the last thing you want is to sort of rush yourself to that level and then be in with someone who's had all of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want to be out of the depth.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And you're with a great team. You know what I mean? And
you know, if you know your boxing, you'll know that Anthony is a bit of a legend. So
yeah, he was a brilliant
I'm
boxer
really
himself.
about that.
Yeah, he was a good boxer himself as well.
Yeah, and he's a good coach. He's good to learn from.
Yeah, no, that is brilliant.
Because sometimes you can be a good boxer, but not made to teach.
That is true. Yeah, you get that a lot as well, didn't you?
No, yeah.
But
ask Frank Lampard.
Yeah, I'd love to see him box.
Well, Gerard ain't got that problem, has he?
Yeah, that's true.
Doing Rangers.
Yeah. Is there anything you want to get out there or plug, sponsors wise, anything?
Yes, I just want to shout out my meal prep sponsors. I prep for you, and I'll put a link below when this comes on. They've been absolutely amazing. They've helped me through every lockdown, and they've kept me going, and they're going to fuel this fighting machine. So yeah, I just want to thank them so much.
That's brilliant. All over that.
What about your
and
clothing?
A big thank you to Alfie Warren, because he and Helen, because them two together have literally made all this come true, and there's so much more that you guys don't know yet, and it's all possible because of them.
It's a teaser.
Watch this space, eh?
What about your clothing and fitness?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I've got my own clothing brand, HJAB Boxing. My name is Hannah Baggaley. Main punching boxing is jab. Just worked perfectly. It came to me straight away. So check the website out. Order your shit now before I'm famous, and I put my prices up.
Is it unisex or what? Is it men's as well?
Yeah, well, it's mainly men's, but like I just wear it all.
Maybe that could just be your nickname, HJAB.
Literally, I've just had my gum shield made with HJAB on. So do you know what? We've sorted it.
Fun. Hannah HJAB Baggaley.
HJAB.
That's good.
Heavy jab. Yeah, the H is for heavy jab.
We've got it.
Huge jab.
Yeah, that's the one. That does work perfectly. Like
we've worked it out.
Yeah. No, I'm happy with that.
Send the royalty check through later.
25% each. Hold on a minute.
Cut this bit out. We don't want any legalities.
That's brilliant. We'll have to get Greg a hat now. We'll have to get you a HJAB hat for the pod, mate.
Have you got hats?
Yeah.
There we go, Greg. You got to get your hat, mate.
I'll send you one out free in the post.
Free merch, love it. Well done. Cheers, Anne.
Send Kyle one and I'll cover his barnet.
Yeah, send me a couple.
You ain't got any bucket hats, have you?
Unfortunately not.
Have you got any hats with a little fringe that comes out the front? So it looks like I've got a great party.
I can get you some of them fake extensions.
That do. Stick them to the head.
Literally, we'll get you a mullet. You can look like Liam Gallagher.
Oh,
Get some stick on
lovely.
sideburns.
That go well, that Jonesy, I think.
Yeah. Anything
Yeah.
for a fringe.
But yeah, Han, absolute pleasure having you on. Really, really
Thank you.
appreciate you coming on. That was blinding.
Yeah,
Thoroughly
that was
enjoyed
good.
it. And yeah, I'm excited to follow your career. Really excited.
Same.
And
I can't wait to get started and just put on a show for you guys.
that's it. Yeah.
Remember the little people when you get bigger. Yeah.
Listen, I'm humble as.
Don't forget.
We'll have to get you back on when you get in the ring after your fight. You can come on and talk about it, and we'll.
Yeah, and if I've got more news that I can share with you guys, in the meantime, I'll give you a message and let you know. And
Wicked.
we can chat.
Sounds good to me. Brilliant. Everyone, whoever's been watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Slap a like on the video, and head over to follow Hannah on all of her social medias. What are your social media links for Instagram and Twitter?
So my Instagram is just Hannah Baggaley, Baggaley. That's how I spell my last name, with a kiss on. So it's just Hannah Baggaley kiss for my Instagram. And my Twitter is Baggaley_Han.
Perfect. Get over and follow her, guys. There's it's brilliant, especially the Twitter. Just
Yeah.
not even for what Han puts out there, just for the comments alone, it's worth following. It's class. But yeah, again, thanks for coming on. That was blinding. And
No,
Thank you,
yeah,
Hannah.
I've had a good time.
all the best. Nice one. Thank you, guys.
Cheers,
Until next
Hannah.
time. Cheers.
Take care.
See ya.